really proud of you for going back there and teaching this prison cooking class. Low turnout, huh? Well, maybe you shouldn't have called it frying in the big house. Oh, no, I'm just a little tired. Yeah, Ben and Elliot are still home from school. It takes a little while to get over the mumps. Yeah, I'll tell them. Okay. Yeah, we miss you too. Bye, Pop.
You know, every time I see you lately, you got your face buried in that computer. I'm starting to get jealous. I thought I was your favorite laptop.
I'm sorry, but I just feel a big responsibility to do a good job for the senator. I mean, he was nice enough to give me a job when I needed it. I just want to repay him.
Hey, I'm the one who hired you, remember? And don't worry about being professional. I only want to be repaid with sexual favors. This coffee tastes like old dirt.
I am sorry I haven't had a chance to make a new batch.
Have I told you how much I appreciate you staying home with the boys the last few days?
Well, I really don't mind. It actually has been great. It's given me a chance to catch up on all my writing.
I thought we were all through with these.
I don't smoke them. I just suck on them until they get soggy. Okay. I'll just take one, and you can throw away the rest. I'm through. I'll eat donuts.
You know, Georgie, I think it's great you trying to be a great mother and a great wife, you know, taking care of the kids and typing 18 hours a day, but what's all this?
Well, if you must know, I'm going to roll out that dough and make 8 dozen chocolate chip cookies for Ben and Elliot's homerooms. I mean, even though they're not going to be at the parties this afternoon, I think we should still supply the cookies, don't you?
Yeah, sure, but don't you think it'd be easier just to buy them?
No, I don't. And I get so tired of people saying things like that to me. Just because I've never had children and have a career, people think that automatically disqualifies me from knowing how to make a cookie. I mean, come on, how hard could it be? I mean, if the other women who are mothers of Ben and Elliot's friends can show up with homemade cookies, then I can show up with them too.
First of all, a lot of the mothers bring store-bought cookies. Second of all, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but these are not homemade cookies. You don't roll them out. You just slice them into quarters and then bake them. See, it says so right here on the directions.
Well, thank you, Mr. Pillsbury Doughboy. I didn't mean I was going to make them from scratch. I only meant that I was going to put in some time and effort. Put on an apron, preheat an oven, give of myself. But no, you have to come in here and make me feel bad about myself because I'm not sifting flour and swaggering around the kitchen with a Martha Stewart decorating gun.
Wait a minute. What the hell's wrong with you? Why are you getting mad at me?
I'm sorry. I guess I'm just a little upset. So I always figured if I ever got the chance to be really domestic, you know, I could show those people who thought I wouldn't know the first thing about it that I could be really good at it, you know, being a wife and a mother if I wanted to. Unfortunately, I haven't had the time I hoped I'd have. And also, never having been married or having had children, I don't really know what my responsibilities are. If Ben and Elliot leave their socks and underwear in the bathroom, am I supposed to yell at them? Because, to tell you the truth, half the time they're lying on top of mine.
Don't worry, I'll yell at all of you.
And also, I was going through our closet yesterday, and I happened to notice that one of your sweaters has a hole in it. Just so we're clear on this wife thing, am I supposed to do something about that hole? I mean, since I'm aware of it?
No, that's not a wife thing. That's a cleaner's thing. And if it's a really big hole, it's a goodwill thing.
Good, because I don't know how to darn or sew.
Actually, what I'm more concerned about is that you haven't combed your hair now for 3 days. I mean, I realize at some point, maybe 2-3 years after the wedding, you start showing up in those big old house dresses with fuzzy slippers and lint in them, but I didn't think you'd go downhill so fast. You're starting to look like that woman who played the lead in I Remember Mama. Or was it Throw Mama from the Train?
Well, I'm sorry if I haven't had time lately to fulfill all your male fantasies. Maybe when I clean the toilet this afternoon, I could wear a little French maid's outfit with the back cut out.
Okay. Come on, you don't have to clean the toilets. That's what Mrs. Wemberley's for.
Mrs. Wemberley isn't coming anymore. Her sister had a hernia operation, and she has to take care of her.
Oh, then for crying out loud, I'll do it. You know, I don't expect you to be all things to all people. Now you got some of that white stuff on your cheek there.
Well, I've got 30 more pages I have to type. I have to bake those cookies, get them to school by 1. You know, I'm trying to make a point to meet some of the other mothers and kids so they won't think I'm Ben and Elliot's wicked stepmother.
Why would they think that?
Because that's what stepmothers are known for. They don't let you go to the ball. They take you out in the woods and abandon you. They try to sell you to the witch next door for gold. I just think it's really important that I try to make a good impression. Hello. I told you, stop pressuring me. I mean it. I'm doing the best I can. I warn you, do not call me here again.
Who is that?
Oh, it's just one of the mothers checking up on the cookies.
Well, I certainly think you're on your way to erasing that nasty stepmother image. I'm telling you, she's acting so strange. She's upset, she's moody. You look at her cross-eyed and she starts crying.
Hey, I'm sorry. Right now I got problems of my own.
Yeah, like what?
Well, you know that book on J. Edgar Hoover I was reading last week?
Yeah?
Well, I finished it.
So?
So I'm really upset. That's crazy, I know, but I don't know, I just feel real depressed. I thought they'd bring up the accusation about him wearing a dress and then disprove it later in the book. And the people who made the accusations, along with the mysterious ways they died, would be in the index, but it wasn't. I mean, where's the FBI for crying out loud? I mean, why aren't they shooting this thing down? It's really awful. It's like finding out that John Wayne's really not a guy.
You know, Billy, I find it very strange that we're discussing a deep personal problem concerning the woman I love, and you want my sympathy because you're upset over J. Edgar Hoover's alleged cross-dressing.
Do you know how many little boys worship that guy? I spent half of my childhood carrying around a Tommy gun while he was wearing a black chiffon cocktail dress with lace stockings, eyeliner, and a wig.
So who cares? Grow up. What if I told you there's no Santa Claus either?
Great. I can deal with that. Just don't tell me that Santa likes to dress up in Mrs. Claus's clothes.
I said, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I mean, I was trying to discuss a personal problem. You're worried about people who don't even exist.
I was crazy about that man. I even used to go by the name J. Billy Hoover when I was little.
You need serious professional help.
And now I find out that he was going by the name of Mary. Hell, it's no wonder they call themselves G-men. The G is for girly.
Well, I think this conversation is over.
Excuse me, is your refrigerator running? Well, then you better go catch it. That's lame. Just because you didn't think of it first.
Okay, guys, lunch is served. Oh, come on, let's straighten up this bed. I told you could watch TV and make crank phone calls in here if it didn't mess everything up.
Why does the bed have to be straight?
I don't know. I'm your stepmother now. I just thought it should be something I should rag on you about. The truth is, if you're sick and it makes you feel better to mess up our bed, what the heck, go for it.
Sorry I spilled hot chocolate on Dad's pillow. That's because you were lying on your back gargling it. I was not.
Hey, don't worry about it. I'll just cover it up with some whiteout. Hey, guys, take your medicine.
What's that white stuff on your glasses?
Oh, must be a little donut dust.
Your hair sure is messed up.
I know. I just haven't had a chance to get to it this week. Don't worry, I'll just comb it through with some talc when I go to your school. And I'll even put a little flip in it like Donna Reed.
Hey, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I think your looks good. Yeah, me too. I was just kidding. Your glasses look good now, too.
It's just when your dad and I got married, I just wanted to make everything perfect for all of us.
Give her some Kleenex. It's empty. Here, you can use my wash rag. I keep it around my neck, but it won't bother me if you want to blow your nose knot. I can wring it out.
Thanks. It just seems like anytime anything wonderful happens to me, bam, the very next minute a steamroller comes along and flattens me. You know what I mean?
You mean like Wile E. Coyote?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's the story of my life. I'm Wile E. Coyote with rocket skis strapped to my feet, headed for that big painted tunnel on the side of the mountain. It would have just been better if your pop and I never met. I'll just bring you guys nothing but grief and sorrow.
Grief and sorrow. Boy, you talk like poetry. You feel high. I bet you've got fever.
Yeah, I don't feel very good. You know, it's funny. I would have thought that the last thing I would ever want in my life would be a couple of ducks like you. And now I just get so upset every time I think I'm letting you and your dad down.
Did you do something wrong?
Yes, I did something very wrong.
So, if you don't care if we're bad, then we don't care if you're bad either.
I love you guys so much.
Hey, why don't you lie down? Yeah, don't cry. We'll take care of you.
No, I can't. I gotta bake cookies. I gotta do some typing.
No, you don't. You can stay here with us. Here, you can gargle some of my hot chocolate. And then we'll bounce stuff off the ceiling with my pea shooter. And when you get tired of that, we'll make some more crank calls.
Okay, Mavis delivered all your cookies. I'm fixing the kids' dinner. So I don't even want you to think about getting out of bed.
No, I gotta get out of bed. I gotta go downstairs and finish my writing.
No, you don't. I didn't have the last doctor in Washington who still makes house calls come all the way over here for nothing.
Okay, put it on my credit card.
You don't have a credit card. You don't even have credit. All you have is 104 fever and the mumps.
I don't care if I have the bubonic plague. I've got to finish writing.
All you have got to do is lie down and keep quiet. Now, I don't want to hear another word out of you.
But you don't understand. If you don't let me go downstairs and finish my book, something terrible is gonna happen.
What book?
What book?
What book?
I don't want to say.
What book?
Oh, right. What's the use? If you must know, it's Flamingo Summer. There, I've said it. I don't care. It's a romance novel. It's written by Dusty Silver. I'm Dusty. Now, you know, you're married to a hack writer who prostitutes herself by churning out disgustingly romantic drivel. just for a cheap buck. By day, I may be a press secretary, but by night, I'm mired in the slime of people named Derek and Francesca and Brittany, who are constantly surrounded by hard, tan bodies and proud, flaring nostrils and heaving bosoms and 200 other body parts that are incessantly aimed at one another. Intertwined and quietly throbbing.
What the hell are you talking about?
I am talking about your wife, Georgia and Lottie, to you, but to millions of other love-starved people littered all over this great land of ours. I am Dusty Silver, the author of Naked Spring and Somewhere Beyond Tomorrow.
You write romance novels?
That's right, I did it to help pay for my pop's legal fees.
I can't believe this. This is what you're upset about telling me, that you write romance novels?
No. I am upset about the fact that I borrowed $20,000 from a guy named Rico in the back of a limousine to pay off my dad's second appeal. And if I don't finish Flamingo Summer by Friday, then I won't get this $25,000 that the publisher owes me, and Rico's going to break everyone's legs that I know. And I assume that must include you, since you had the misfortune of marrying me. And he said he doesn't like to hurt women.
Excuse me. You borrowed $20,000 from a loan shark?
I know it was stupid, but I was desperate. He knows our phone number, but I don't think he knows where we live.
What do you mean he doesn't know where we live? Of course he knows where we live. He's a loan shark. He knows how the elastic's holding up in our underwear. This is incredible. This is a nightmare.
Don't look at me like that. I'll start crying.
No, Georgie, come on. No, I don't mean to hurt your feelings. Come on, it's just that we're still on our honeymoon, and this is kind of a shock. I mean, you get married, you expect a few surprises, like a couple of pink hair curlers showing up, or a really unattractive shower cap, maybe a little face cream here and there. But no, not me. I don't get any of that. I get a guy named Rico.
Oh, my glands hurt. I feel like I swallowed the Hindenburg.
Yeah, well, just wait till Rico gets through with us. You'll know what it feels like to eat a Buick.
No, I told you. He keeps saying he doesn't want to hurt women.
Well, excuse me, I stand corrected. Then you'll know what it feels like to watch me eat a Buick.
Oh, my God, I'm so sorry I ruined your life.
No, come on, I don't want you to cry. I didn't mean to make you cry, Georgie. It's just that I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't have $20,000 lying around. I just paid my taxes.
No, I don't want your money. That's why I didn't want to tell you, and I don't want you to touch one dime of the kids' college fund.
No, this publishing company, how long will it take them to pay you after you turn the book in?
48 hours. I've got everybody on standby. The problem is my eyes are burning so bad I can't even see. Maybe if I could just sleep for 15 minutes and I could write again.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. You're in no condition to write anything. Obviously, I'm gonna have to do it myself. This is Tuesday. I'm gonna have to turn it in tomorrow in order to get paid by Friday, right?
That's right. And he won't give any extensions because Rico believes that pressure can be a very positive thing.
Well, I'm certainly shot out of a cannon. How many chapters do you have left?
5, counting the epilogue, in which I have to explain the history and lineage of Austrian royalty and the impact of hemophilia on it.
Maybe you should start at the beginning.
Okay. Short version. It's foggy, Eastern Europe, Castle-on-Amur. Francesca's grandmother, a proud and hard-bodied mistress to the Grand Archduke, is primed for childbirth, her defiant loins girded in pain.
Just cut to the chase.
Just remember, if it's in this book, it has to be proud, stubborn, defiant, or throbbing. That'll just about cover it.
What happened to the grandmother?
She gave birth to Antonio, who was Francesca's father and one of the founders of the first Club Med.
So by this time, Francesca has taken the New York fashion industry by storm, and everything seems to be falling her way, except for this guy, Rahm Emanuel, who apparently bought into the disco with Brittany. And he would like to return to Israel someday. And Francesca, from what I can gather, would like to go to Israel with him. But she doesn't want him to know that Ari is his son, because then she'll never know if he's with her just because of the baby.
Wait a minute, I thought Francesca was married to Derek.
That's right, so?
Well, how's she going to go to Israel with Ron?
It's not Ron, it's Ram.
Mom.
And she's not necessarily going. She only dreams of it, okay?
It's okay with me if it's okay with Derek.
Look, Billy, you don't have to take this so literally. Anyway, it's up to us whether they get together or not. We can make them do anything we want.
Well, that's incredible, isn't it? Maybe we should make everybody take their clothes off.
Okay, look, what page are we starting from, Miss Starr?
Let's see, that would be page 1.
No, I mean, from where Miss Lottie left off.
Oh, okay. Well, Miss Lottie stopped typing on page 178. So we should begin on...
Never mind. Okay, listen, I figure if we work all night, that'll give us 8 more hours. We could get 100 pages by morning.
Listen, I got to tell you something I don't understand is this disco called Buttons. Now, first of all, it's a stupid name. Secondly, it's not being run properly. I mean, no wonder this Rom character is always on the financial skids. I mean, hell, he's dating 24 hours a day. You can't do that and run a business. You've got to be there.
You finished?
I'm sorry, it's just my opinion.
Okay. Well, we have to start with what we've been given, all right? And Francesca, exhausted after the spring show, has decided to stay in the city at the Helmsley Palace.
Where the Queen used to stand guard before the IRS had her can hauled out of there.
Excuse me. Miss Starr, I'm sorry, but if you don't mind, let's just stick to the story. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but time is of the essence, and we just really need you to type, okay?
Okay.
Now, where was I?
You were bossing everybody around. You know, I tell you what, it looked like a lot more fun when Buddy and Sally used to do this on the Dick Van Dyke show.
Okay, so Francesca is in the room waiting for Derek to blow in, so we need to describe that.
Maybe she ought to slip into something more comfortable.
Like what?
Well, I don't know. I don't go around thinking about stuff like that.
Well, try.
Okay. How about some kind of a leopard skin jumpsuit with crotch to neck Velcro zipper and optional pull-out butt flaps?
You just pulled that off the top of your head?
That's correct. I'm just trying to be helpful.
You want me to type that?
No. Look, Billy, this is a romance novel read mostly by women. They don't want to know about Velcro zippers and butt flaps. They want poetry, flowery language, exotic imagery.
Personally, I think those flaps sound pretty exotic.
Excuse me, but I've read a lot of these novels, and if you're talking about a bosom, it should be a dewy porcelain bosom. And it's not enough for a man to be tall and handsome. He ought to have calloused hands like saddle leather, and enough hair on his chest to weave a Navajo blanket.
I don't like that. Sounds to me like some kind of a homosexual deal. Anyway, I don't think it's fair that some guy in a book like this has calloused hands like saddle leather and J. Edgar Hoover gets a little cocktail dress and a purse.
Georgie, what are you doing up?
Oh, I need something to drink.
Well, I'll bring you one. Get back upstairs in bed.
No, I'm okay. You guys, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate everything you're doing for me, but it's hopeless. It's too late. No one can help me now. Best thing I can do is just leave town and go crash into the side of a mountain like the coyote I was meant to be. I mean, I'm probably endangering you all just by being here. What page are you on?
Oh, well, we're not exactly keeping track. We've got so many ideas for everything. We're kind of skipping around all over the place.
Page 1, huh? So sad. We're all gonna die and it's all my fault.
Georgie, you okay, sweetie?
You know, my throat is so swollen, I can't swallow. Oh, by the way, don't anybody use that glass unless you've been vaccinated for mumps.
Oh, well, thanks for the warning. You know, I was going to jump up and take a big old swig the minute you left.
Oh, by the way, there's a lot of leftover cookies over there made with my own 2 hands. I know what you're thinking. They can't be any good if I made them, and ordinarily that would be true, but in this case, I think I found the secret to good cooking. Being a woman in the kitchen is different from being a woman anyplace else. In the kitchen, yeast is your friend.
Her fever must be going up. Okay, guys, come on. We can do it. Don't give up on me now. Just one more chapter.
Yeah, but it's the hardest chapter. Because the way I see it, there's no way to end this thing. These people are just too screwed up to live. I say we have a big old mass suicide.
I don't like that idea. I was always taught to think that a happy ending is very important. Of course, maybe I should just keep my trains of thought in my own station.
No, that's okay, Miss Starr. We're happy to hear from you.
You are?
Yes, we're desperate. I mean, anyway, you've made some very valuable contributions.
Really? Yeah. Which ones did you like?
The information you gave us about having a romance on horseback, that was very valuable.
Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed that. You know, a lot of my personal experiences come from real life.
Come on now. Where are we?
Okay. Francesca has just gotten off of Palomar and is running toward the cliffs.
Who the hell is Palomar?
Palomar is her horse, Billy. Where have you been?
I must have been in the bathroom. Anyway, I don't like these names. I mean, every guy this broad's been out with has been named Dirk or Raoul or Dimitri or something like that. I think it's about time we get a guy in there named Vernon.
We are not introducing a new character. For crying out loud, why in the world would we want to introduce somebody named Vernon who has absolutely nothing to do with anything?
Would you settle down? I was only joking, okay?
I'm sorry, I'm just tired.
We're all tired. Even Rom's tired.
You know, I want to thank you both for standing by me. Really, Billy, I mean it. Without you, I couldn't have done it.
Yeah. I'm the wind beneath your butt.
Okay. As Francesca approaches the cliffs, why don't you get this down? The rain begins beating against her proud, defiant, tear-stained face.
Oh, that's beautiful.
As Rom dismounts his steed and approaches her, Francesca turns, hoping he will not notice the rapidly changing contours of her blouse against the blue horizon.
That may be a little too subtle.
Give it up, Billy. I am never going to use the phrase nature's little thermometers.
Yeah, well, that's because you don't have a touch of whimsy.
I'm trying to stick to the form.
Okay, then, how about nature's proud, arrogant, throbbing little thermometers?
I don't believe it. You got the check.
Of course I got the check. What, do you think that they would read the last 5 chapters and try to renege?
Yeah. This is incredible. They paid us. They really paid us. Oh. If I wasn't feeling so under the weather right now, I'd just wrap myself around you and kiss you until you were unconscious.
Well,
As it is, I'll probably just comb my hair.
well, that's the good news. The bad news is your publisher's letting you go.
You're kidding.
But wait, there's more good news. They're picking up Billy and me. Actually, we're thinking of going by the names of Vernon and Dimitri.
You're making this up.
No, I swear, Miss Starr let it slip that we actually finished the book. And apparently that was the publisher's favorite part. I think their exact words were, "The ending shows an uncommon humor and vitality."
Really? So you killed Dusty Silver?
No, well, we don't exactly have a deal yet.
This is the end of the Dusty Silver trilogy.
They just want to see an outline.
You know, I'm not proud of writing this stuff, but I was pretty good at it. I don't think you guys really understand the genre.
Oh, yeah? Well, maybe I should just take you in my strong, steely arms right now, casting the folds of your disease-infested flannel peignoir aside, and kiss you on your pouty, chapped, unforgiving little mouth.
The color in her mump-ravaged cheeks rose as his arrogant manliness engulfed her. The fever that had racked her body for days now seemed suddenly tepid next to the fire that burned uncontrollably in each of their hearts, a fire so reckless and wanton, destroying everything in its path, leaving nothing in its wake, like a great, blackened, smoldering prairie of love. Back to you, Dimitri.
Throbbing, throbbing, throbbing.